got a little acceleration workout in for you. Can't really get to a weight room right now. So what you can work on is developing speed. And the way I like to do that is to do 1 day acceleration and then do a day, maybe like agility, lateral moves, and then another day top speed. Gonna do a dynamic warm up, get the central nervous system firing, and then go into some mechanical type stuff, and then go into actual like reaction, full acceleration movements. Getting the heart rate going a little bit faster, getting more dynamic with it. We're gonna go A skip and then into B skip. 10 to 15 yards, hit a couple sets of it, walk back. Do a set getting for height, and then another set of bounds going for distance. Our dynamics, did some static stretching. Now we're gonna get into a wall drill or a fence drill. Here I'm gonna use a fence. So you just wanna kind of force a forward lean and force flexion as far as you can at the hip, and then force dorsiflexion. So the difference is when you strike the ground, you don't wanna be plantar flexed because it kind of acts as a cushion, and it's gonna increase the amortization phase, and you wanna decrease it as far as possible. So you wanna keep your foot dorsiflexed as much as possible, so when it strikes the ground, it's quick, instead of that cushion plantar flexion gives you. And then that would increase the amortization phase, which is basically ground contact phase, and extend up. All right, so now we're gonna get into actual sprint work. When I do acceleration type stuff, I like to work from a bottom up perspective. You wanna stay as low as you can when you're performing acceleration type movements. So the first one, we're gonna actually lay on our stomach, and we're gonna pop up into like kind of how you would be when you're starting a 60-yard dash. We're gonna do it from a stomach facing one direction, and then flip it and do it the opposite way. Facing front direction now. Now we're gonna start in the knee. Same exact concept, flip it each way, and then do one just straight linear. Things for me that I'm trying to focus on here is, as you can see, I'm a real backside mechanical runner, which I'm kind of cycling back here. My goal, I need to pop this hip and get it out in front of me. So where I'm looking at the toe, that's dorsiflex. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And that just comes from not being mobile in my hip joint. All right, so we worked from the bottom up. Now we're gonna go on standing. You can go ahead and do a lead off start where you're still getting ready to steal a bag. There's a lot of controversy with how you do these. There's studies that say you should just cross over. All the movement should be off this back foot, and you should pivot on this foot. You shouldn't move this foot first. So you should just kind of cross over as such. And then there's also research that backs up some people are faster if you use a plyometric style movement on this front foot to stab it into the ground first to create stretch reflex when you kick off this backside. So whatever way basically feels most comfortable for you, but the goal is to kind of stay as low as possible and almost like you're diving into a swimming pool. All right, again, we worked our way up. Now we're just gonna go right into like a standing falling start is what they call them. Trying to explode off both feet here. Start with your ankles in plantar flexion, and then fall forward until the last possible second, and then explode off with both feet. Throw this hip up and that front toe into dorsiflexion. You know, it's always been a big weakness of mine. Always been on the back burner is that 60-yard dash. Constantly been trying to improve it. And then with all this downtime, can't really get in the weight room. That's just gonna be my main goal. That's gonna be the tool I'm gonna try to add to my toolbox, so to speak. Shout out Chris Bernard. I'm just gonna focus all hands on deck on that and try to make that weakness into a strength.